What's going on, everybody? Good late afternoon. Hope you guys are doing well. We've got a few more centers that I want to take a look at here in the free agency market. Again, we are down into the depth portion of free agency. I think that everybody we talk about in this video will get veteran minimum or veteran minimum plus money. It's not going to be a lot, so it's not going to be hard to get these guys, but you're going to get what you pay for. You're going to get a backup. You're going to get somebody who is not meant to play more than 100 or so snaps a season, and you're in a lot of trouble if they have to play more than that, but they belong on a football team. Real quick, I want to remind everybody that my Bleacher Report show is going to go live later tonight, about an hour from the upload of this video. So if you're watching it within the first hour, remember to download the Bleacher Report app, make an account, and be ready to go watch that show. Day after the Super Bowl, we're going to be talking about the plan for the offseason to make the Seattle Seahawks better. Just kind of an all-encompassing discussion of what the Seahawks may or may not do in this offseason to get better. So, centers. Like I said, these are depth guys. These are guys that don't play that much. These are guys that are on a certain level in terms of their NFL abilities. I think we get it, right? Some players are just meant to be backups. Some players are just meant to be in the league, but not be much more than that. First guy I want to look at here would be Danny Pinter. Danny Pinter, he was backup to the guy that we actually led this whole series off with. Ryan Kelly. Yeah, Ryan Kelly, the Colts center. Played 2 starts this year, played all 14 games. And wasn't a big impact player on the Colts in 2024 or anything, but PFF graded him out pretty well. It was only 140 snaps. We're not talking about that much here. There's not a lot to say, but decent enough play, adequately graded. He belongs in this league as a backup. If what happened in 2024 is any indication, he is about to turn 29, so he's in his rough prime. And yeah, Danny Pinter, if you can't get Ryan Kelly, I wouldn't get Danny Pinter to replace him because he's not starting caliber, but you can get him to be on your team, and you're not going to do that badly with it, I don't think. Now, there's no market value page for Danny Pinter, but I'm pretty confident he's getting like veteran minimum. So 1 year, 1.3 million approximately. That's what he will get on the open market. He didn't play enough in 2024 to change his ability to earn money. So he got a veteran minimum last offseason. I think he's going to get veteran minimum this offseason. Can't go too wrong with that price, but you understand what you're getting here. You are getting a backup. Next guy is Sam Mustipher. Sam Mustipher. I believe I remember this guy from college. I seem to remember scouting this guy a little bit. I could be wrong. But Sam Mustipher, and again, not somebody who's done a lot of football over the last 2 years. I will say that this guy does actually have a track record of starting a lot. He started a lot in Chicago with the Bears. Started all but 1 game across 2021 and 2022. So he does have a lot of starts in his belt. But the last 2 years, he started a total of 3 games across 2 different teams. So he's kind of settled into his ultimate NFL role, which is a backup, a depth piece. And there's nothing wrong with that. Pro Football Focus thought he was graded quite well in 2023. I didn't look, I don't have 2024, because in 2024, when he played, mostly played guard. So there's nothing to look at in terms of center stuff. But he played fairly well across about 200 snaps at center in 2023. And in 2022, he was graded okay as well across about 1,000 snaps. So adequate enough player. Hasn't been able to find a long-term starting job. He hasn't been on quite that level. And I think there is a sense that there is a little bit of a low ceiling on this guy. He was undrafted. He's not the most talented guy in the world. But it seems like he belongs in the league. And I wonder if there's any market out there for this guy becoming a starter, because he was a starter before and played passably well. I would personally prefer not to go down that path. I think this guy's a backup. But there is some stuff here that you can point to and say, hey, He's proven himself as a capable starter before. Maybe not a good starter, but a capable one. But anyway, I can't imagine this guy getting more than the veteran minimum, like 1 year, 1.2 million, because that's what he got last year, and then he didn't play that much. And the year before, he also got the veteran minimum and didn't do that much. So I don't know why anything would change. Mustipher going to be getting the veteran minimum from someone. Could it be the Seahawks? Not against it. As a backup, he will get the job done. Hard to beat the prices you're going to pay at this level of player. Levin. Levin of the Tennessee Titans, 2017 6th round pick. There was a 2-year gap in his resume, if you look at this. So he hasn't played a lot of football, but he has been on that Titans team for a while now. And he's mostly played center when he has played. And not all the time, but most of the time. So Levin does have a little bit you can bring to the table here as a backup. Again, as a reserve. He started 3 games in 2022. That's the extent of his NFL starting experience. Not graded out terribly well in 2024, 55.5, but not terrible either. Only 133 snaps as well. The year before that, however, 2022, graded quite well. 68.3, not bad. 230 snaps at center, played a little bit at right guard, a couple of tight end snaps. Not too bad. Now, this was a few years ago now. I wouldn't look at this and go, oh, he's really good. Levin's a great player because he had decent PFF grades in 2022, but belongs in the league, belongs with a roster spot. Not much more I'm going to say about him than that. I wouldn't be comfortable going beyond that. But he's a vet min guy. This is a guy you could get for about 1 year, 1.2 million. And I think you're going to get your money's worth and maybe even a little bit more at that level. So Levin, 1.2 million, sure, why not? Can't beat that price. We are definitely at the point now where with a lot of these players, I feel like the question is more, who does Benton and Kubiak prefer? Because at this point, everybody's kind of running at about the same level. And the question is more, who fits your style? Who fits what you're doing? Who will slot in nicely with their skill set with what you're trying to do on offense? Shane Lemieux. Shane Lemieux. Remember this guy from the Giants? He was really, really rough there. Born in Washington State, by the way, played college football at Oregon, so we have a little bit of familiarity with this guy in this area. About to turn 28. Spent 1 year with the Saints last year, which makes this guy kind of interesting, right? Shane Lemieux being in that Saints offense last year with Kubiak and with Benton, that makes this one compelling. Now, he didn't play great, don't get me wrong. He was one of the worst ranked centers in football, but he's a backup. He's not meant to be playing more than 100 or so snaps a season, if that. He ended up playing 340 almost last season because of the Saints' injuries on the offensive line, and things went poorly. By the way, as bad as this grade is, his grades when he played guard were a lot worse. So it seems like, and again, I'm extrapolating a lot from Pro Football Focus. It seems like he's meant to play center in this league. Seems like he was a better center than guard, and he's not much of a center. But I get the sense this guy belongs in the league. Again, no market value page, but he got Vetman last year. I think he'll get the same this year. 1.1 million. 1 year, 1.1 million. What else are you going to say about it? Why else would you give him more? I can't think of any good reason to. He's a backup. I guess he also provides some guard flexibility, but from everything I've seen, not just PFF, but everything I've seen, he was really bad at it. Like, he's noticeably better at center, and he's not that good at center. Okay, so that's it for the center depth. I'll see you guys in about 50 minutes over on the Bleacher Report side. Again, go download the app, use it, and hope to see you there. Go Hawks. Let me know what you think about these guys. I know they're not the most compelling players in the world. I know these are backup level players. I understand all that. That's cool, but maybe you have a particular take on one guy more so than another guy. And now's the time, right? Now's the time to voice that. In a month or 6 weeks, these guys are going to be on other teams, and then it'll be too late. So speak now or hold your silence. All right, everyone have a good day. See you guys soon on Bleacher Report. Go Hawks.